Here from PABrewNews. Happy Labor Day for everyone that's going to be off today. I'm going to work later, but gotta make those monies, all the monies, to pay the bills and to buy the beers. So there you go. But happy Labor Day, and today we are doing a very special one. Kiss the Goat. This is Midnight, which is a satanic, backwoods creepy film. That's cool. I actually should have pulled out my witchcraft album from 1969 and played the Black Mass on the side, Kiss the Goat. No, I should have did that one, but hey, it is what it is. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. But at least it was a name drop for a reference if you want to listen to Witchcraft, Coven's Witchcraft album, as I meant to say, Coven, their Witchcraft album from 1969. Really cool album. Really crazy stuff for the time, too. This one is a black Dopplebock, and I love Dopplebocks. And Peter from The Clueless Drinker loves Dopplebocks. We love Dopplebocks. But this isn't from Germany, actually. This is from Gigantic Brewing Company. So there we go. And I think they're from Portland, Oregon, I do believe. And I've been from Portland, Oregon. I've been to Portland, Oregon, and I'm going to use a beer glass that I got in Portland, Oregon. 10 Barrel Brewing. It all comes together, doesn't it? Yeah. So black was never a color of death or terror for me. I think of it as a warm and generative. That's a Clifford Still quote. Brewed and bottled by Gigantic Brewing Company from Portland, Oregon. Kiss the Goat Black Dopplebock. And this was $9 or $10 over at... I bought this too because I bought it over at Krugel's Georgetown Deli. And it was the last one, the only one there. And it was calling to me. So I bought it. Yes. So there we go. Black Dopplebock. Kiss the Goat. 8% alcohol by the volume. A Dopplebock in blackened. Perfect for midnight masses. And we're listening to the midnight soundtrack right there. So that word. Dancing naked under the moonlight and malevolent altars. Turn up the sons of the Huns. Toast the dark. Now turn and kiss the goat. Part of the satanic ritual, all that fun stuff, it rocks my world, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. So let's get in this one, and I'm going to have a beautiful dinner of steak tenderloins and sauteed mushrooms. I'm going to pair that with that if I don't drink it all too fast. And I'm going to watch a new episode of My Little Pony Season 8. How satanic is that? Yeah, I'm very excited. No spoilers. Ooh, nice crack on that one. Nice crack on that one. Let's get it into the glass. There we go. Pour it out. Looking nice. Dark as pitch. Very. When they say in black, and they mean it. This is a dark Dopplebock. Pours very nice muted ruby hues and caramel hues, but when it gets in the glass, it gets real dark. A little bit of a, the caramel kind of color hue at the pinnacle of the glass there, but most of it is very dark indeed. Wow, that looks like an Imperial Stout on the camera for sure. A little off-white tan colored head. Big bubbles, but alcohol like sticking from that 8% alcohol by volume. A little bit of a clinging from the lacing already. Nice to see that. Let's get an aroma on this one. Cheers. A lot of dark roast. Roasty, toasty, caramel. Hint of coffee. Yeah, I don't know, it smells like almost like a nice Baltic porter, that kind of quality, because there's a lot of roasty, toasty tones. More so than you'd get in a regular Dopplebock. Hint of something like a brown sugared raisin. A lot of beautiful roasty, toasty, charry, smoky kind of qualities. A little bit of coffee. Let's get into it. It smells good. It smells like I said. Excuse me, it's my nose. It smells more like a oh, my nose is itchy. It smells like a good Baltic porter almost. So very interesting. And they're both lagers. A Baltic porter is still a lager, and just like a Dopplebock. So let's get into it and check it out. Cheers. it does drink. It's so funny because if it didn't say black Dopplebock, it just reminds me of a smooth Baltic porter or a robust porter or whatever you want to call it, but just a Baltic porter, so because it has that smooth, crisp, clean kind of lager quality, and it goes down like a dream. Very silky smooth, oily a little bit, but not too much. Very clean, very just wow, pound back. But it's more just on that char, roast, smoke tonalities. A little bit of, like I said, something that reminds me of a slight brown sugar raisin. But most of it is very on the lines of that kind of Baltic porter kind of vibe, the tonalities of those roasty, toasty, dark charry notes. Yeah, a little bit of a caramel, like a cola type caramel in the background mixing in there. You get a lot of that with Schwarzbiers as well. And then this does have a little bit of the tonalities of a nice Schwarzbier as well. Some of them, a nice American Schwarzbiers that I've had are like the Dark Helmet from Brew Kettle from Ohio, the Imperial Schwarzbier. And then Dark Helmet is Schwarzbier from Bose Brewing Company from Ontario, Canada, I'm pretty sure. Or Ottawa or something. It's from Canada. I can't think right now. Can't think that far ahead. Anyway, you know what I mean? But very nice stuff. Not your typical Dopplebock, so it's not going to be for everybody. It's not going to be your. This is not your atypical Dopplebock fan. But if you do like darker beers, you enjoy a Baltic porter, you enjoy your Schwarzbiers and stuff like that, then you're going to get into this beer. Yeah, the more you get into it, the more you drink it, the more you start pulling out more of that stewed fruit, raisin, brown sugar tonalities. Really nice, super smooth, 8%, extremely drinkable for 8%. The first few sips were more just roasty, toasty tones. The more you drink it, the more you acclimate yourself to the beer, what it's kind of giving you, then you start pulling out more of those dark fruits. One of the things that is the best thing about a Dopplebock is when you get those firm, rich, dark fruits coming through. Those raisins and dates, figs, those kind of tonalities, brown sugar, almost like a pumpernickel mixed with a fruitcake kind of vibe, those kind of vibes. Very nice stuff. Dump it all in. A little bit of sedimentation down there. We're going to sedimentation. Oh, there's a little carbonation. Not too much. I don't know. This drink's really nice. Excuse me. There it goes. Yeah, tasty little brew. Tasty little brew from Gigantic Brewing Company. Very happy about this. Ooh. Kiss the goat. Kiss the goat. That's gold. I just really like this beer. I really like this beer. I wish I didn't pay $10 for the beer because I'm cheap. But everything else I like about the beer. I like the artwork. I like the whole thing. I like the name of the beer. I like the style of the beer. I like what they're doing with the beer. I like the fact that they are still giving you that nice, rich Dopplebock style. It's a bit thin. It's very drinkable. It's not too thin, but it is a bit thin. Like a nice Aventinus or the Celebrators and those like that. They're a little bit more viscous, a little bit like more sticky, if you know what I mean. This isn't sticky, it's just very like velvety and a little oily, but very smooth. It goes down. It doesn't have that kind of stickiness. But with all that extra char and stuff, it kind of makes sense a little bit. So it is a bit thin, but it's drinkable. It adds to the drinkability. 8% alcohol by volume is completely masked. It does taste like more of a Schwarzbier or a Baltic porter, so you have to take that in mind. When they say black, Dopplebock, they're going to say they're throwing that char in there. They're throwing the char. They're getting that tonality, the color down with those roasty, toasty tones. I like the beer. 9 out of 10. I'm going to buy it. If I see it more, I'm going to buy it more. Definitely good beer. I don't know. I don't know. It's a limited edition, obviously. I think most of their stuff is really limited edition, technically speaking. I don't see a date on this, so I don't know when it was released. I don't know how available it is. I don't know how many blah, 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 blah. But if I do run across this Kiss the Goat Dopplebock again from Gigantic Brewing Company, I will definitely be picking this one up. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. I like it quite a bit. Excuse me. And I'm going to enjoy this beer. I'm going to enjoy my food. I'm going to enjoy my new episode. Brony.